hello, hello. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Community Safety and Security Program. Second Thursday already. And we have a number of things that we need to cover in this episode. But before we get into it, let me welcome you all, whether you're tuned in live on the YouTube channel or you're watching live on Love TV, or maybe you're watching the replay. It is a pleasure to have you here. If this is your first time tuning in, a warm welcome to you. I am Winsome Sharia Witter, and we do this Community Safety and Security series in partnership with the Clarendon Division every second Thursday in each month. All right, so let's give a little background on what it is that we're going to be talking about on this program. So the topic said Top Station Division Competition, but the actual name of the competition is the TOPS program, or competition rather. And TOPS is an acronym for, let me get the information, the Transforming Our Police Services. So the division that was, or the area that was selected rather, let me get the facts straight, is the Area 3, which consists of Clarendon, St. Cat, oh my goodness, come DSP, come on in and let us get it right. It's Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth. And acting DSP Lorenzo Scott is going to be helping us with this discussion, but we're going to be focusing on Clarendon and their participation in this TOPS area competition. Welcome to the Serenity Resource Connector Space. Acting DSP Lorenzo Scott, unmute, and let's... Well, that's not a great sign. All right, we trust that we'll get him back on. He seems to be having some technical challenges, but while he gets on, we had Edward Willocks on from about 20 minutes to the hour, ensuring that he joins very early because he's anticipating to hear his intelligent niece. All right, greetings to you, Edward Willock. Great to have you. Eleanor, great evening to you. DSP Owen Brown. Yes, real proud uncle indeed. Awesome. All right, let's get the discussions going. And DSP Brown, you can back us up in the chat. We're getting the areas right. So we have Area 3, Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth. All right. Acting DSP Lorenzo Scott is with us. Unmute, Sir Scott, and let's share with the viewers as it relates to Clarendon's participation in the TOPS area competition for this year. Good night, X Factor. Are you with us? DSP Scott? All right, while we get that sorted out, let's share some of the activities that has been happening in the parish over the past month so you can see what the Clarendon team has been up to. right. So you see, the Clarendon team has been very active over the past month. All right, let's hear from DSP Scott. Are you coming through clearly now? You are still muted. Could you please unmute and let us hear you? All right, we are having some, let me apologize for that. We're having some connection challenges this evening. Bear with us as we get this sorted out. All right, let's switch things up a bit. Bring on our woman Sergeant Morrine Willock-Gordon to join us. No stranger to the Serenity Resource Connector space. Welcome back, Detective Woman Sergeant Willock-Gordon.
I think I have been doing this.
Great. All right. And Uncle Edward has been here waiting to hear you share.
I can just imagine.
Great evening, sir. Leslie Thompson. Great to have you as always. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So while we get the technical challenges sorted out, we're supposed to be talking about the TOPS area competition on this episode. And a lot has been happening. We just shared the video with a lot of activities that took place over the past month. Share with us, based on that clipping, some of those activities. Give us some information on the activities that took place in the video that we shared just now.
Good evening to all our viewers. It's certainly a pleasure to be here and bringing you greetings from Activities to Russell. And his intent is that the Clarendon police meet the people where they are. In order for us to know what is happening, we have to have community engagement. And all the pictures that you saw, some is more recent.
All right, let's get this sorted out. You're coming through muffled. I think your speaker is blocked. You could clear the speaker so that we can hear you clearly.
Are you hearing me clear now?
We're still having a little challenge hearing you. Let's get this sorted out. Your speaker needs to be elevated so you can hear clearly. Let's go again.
Okay, are you hearing me now? Any better?
Sounding very distant. All right, let's take a commercial break. All right, this is the evening for. Oh, yes, we're getting it sorted out. Cecilia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Angela Willock, yes, we see you. You're here as well. All right. All right, let's bring back on. Let's try this again.
Good evening, everyone. Sound check. 1, 2, 3.
A little clearer than before.
All right. To our audience, we apologize for this, but we are also in the social media age. And this is one of the obstacles that comes, we have issues. But as I said earlier, our acting SSP, Carlos Russell, has a mandate, and his mandate is that we meet the people where they are. We are to engage our citizens. So each station is tasked to have community meetings where the public is meeting within their space. So the pictures that were shown earlier, we had acting SSP doing a walkthrough in the Mason market. There we met with citizens and persons who are in the marketplace and the questions that they have and their concerns, and right there on spot could be discussed and addressed. There are other activities. You notice that we have some footballers. The Clarendon Division have an active football team, and whenever the needs arise, we participate in community activities where our players will play whichever team is presented. We don't win all the time, but for the police, engaging our citizens is the armor, and winning might not be at the forefront. We also have pictures there with our boys from Yorktown Primary, and they were part of the GRAPE, which is gang reduction and gang reduction prevention and education program. So we had a mentorship program at the Yorktown Primary, and there are boys were involved, and you saw them stood upright, being taught posture, and really how to conduct themselves.
We had one police officer, you will see, like it was at the seaside. No, it doesn't matter where the persons are. We, the police, will meet you there, be it the farmers market, the fish market. It's our responsibility to hear what is happening and to be in our communities. The mandate is so that we can preserve, protect, and reassure the people as we go through.
All right. That was quick in terms of how you went through all of those, a lot of activities that took place. All right. As it relates to, I know that we had the launch of, was it the Neighborhood Watch week of activities that you had at church service?
Right. So we are in November. Within November, there are a lot of activities for November. So one such activity is the Neighborhood Watch week of activities, and that was kicked off on Saturday, which is the 5th. And it started with a church service and the National Neighborhood Watch church service, which was held at Andrews in Seventh-day Adventist. So you would have found all the watches would have representation there. All right, for the 6th of November, Area 3 had our Neighborhood Watch church service, which was held at Holy Cross, Moravian, and that's in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. It was well attended. We had the mayor represented, we had our own acting ACP, Blenford Miller, and political representatives. All divisions within Area 3 were well represented, and we had the Neighborhood Watch president and members who are also president. I use this medium to thank the church for having hosted us. We we are grateful for that partnership. All right, so that was the church service on on Sunday for Era 3. We had, and there's a list of stuff that happens throughout the week. Also on the 6th, there was a walkthrough, and that was against crime. So there are other areas who did that. On the 9th, which was Wednesday, 7 p.m., there was a radio program on FM 96, and the whole initiative of the Neighborhood Watch was discussed. Now, each division has to mirror the schedule for the Neighborhood Watch week, and we do various activities according to that which is published by the National Neighborhood Watch, coming right out of CSS in Kingston. For Thursday today, there's also a radio program that will be discussing domestic violence and prevention. Now, in Era 3 or in Clarendon as we speak, we are having a broadcast. So we are touching on things that are affecting us within Clarendon, all a part of our Neighborhood Watch activity for the week. For Thursday, nationally, there's the JCF Band concert, and that is happening today, and it's in Area 3 St. Elizabeth, as projected. Now, for today in Clarendon, our activity was to pick up food items because we are having tomorrow a care package handing out. So some persons who serve and persons who we feel are in need, we have put together some items that we will be sharing tomorrow. So today was the activity to get these things in. We went as far as St. Anne to get a few stuff. And we are grateful for those who have shared. So we have a packed week, and it will all end on Saturday the 12th, wherein the national conference, neighborhood conference, will be held at the Kendall camp, and that's in Manchester. Now, for all the persons who are in Neighborhood on this platform, all roads lead to Kendall. Go in your buses and come on out. We need to know what is happening. The Neighborhood Watch is the eye of the community. It is just seeing what is happening, and as the community do something about it. The Neighborhood Watch started, I think, in 1987 in Mall Road, St. Andrew. And that was because crime was an issue. Now, if crime was an issue in 1987, it is an issue no more than ever. So we cannot wait until something happens. The community needs to come out and we need to get involved. And we cannot wait until it gets to our doorstep. What we ask for our neighbors to do is be your brother's keeper. Be your brother's keeper. Too many times somebody leave the house and they're gone for weeks and you don't know. Somebody can come and move the entire furniture and nobody knows that that's not a planned removal. You need to inform somebody that I won't be here. Give an eye out for me. So we need to look out for our neighbor. We need to be our brother's keeper.
Indeed. All right. Well said. A lot of activities and still a lot more to come. But we're going to pause here for now and bring in our featured station for this month. Don't go anywhere. Detective Woman Sergeant, don't go anywhere. We'll be connecting with you again. That's right, Cecilia. So true. Great evening, Royal Priesthood. It's great to have you. That's right, Eleanor. This connection will remain stable in Jesus' name. Let's welcome on our Inspector Marcia Colquhoun, the commanding officer for our featured station for this month, and that is the Chapelton station right there in my birth town. Welcome to the Serenity Resource Connector Space, Inspector.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night to you. Good night to my fellow colleague, Sergeant Willock-Gordon, Inspector Scott, and good night to your viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. And we have Corporal Lisa Nelson joining us as well here on YouTube. Well said indeed. Ava Tomlinson from over there in Longville Park, well represented as always. All right, thank you all so much. Yes, so Chapelton would have been one of those stations that would have gone through the exercise, the assessment for this TOPS area competition, correct?
That is so, ma'am.
All right. So how is it? Will Chapelton be taking home the top station award?
Yeah, definitely we will be.
All right. How about the PIC station award? That's a prisoner in custody award. That's another area there too.
Okay, that is ongoing as well.
Okay. All right. It sounds like Mapen is gonna take that one. All right. All right. Just to get a sense of where you are in terms of, because we have several awards that will be handed out later this month. I'll share more on that in a little while. But I did some research from the Clarendon Local Sustainable Development Plan and realized that we have 9 communities in Chapelton, consisting of all of 57 districts. And even with the Rock River substation, that must be very difficult terrain to police. Isn't it?
Absolutely, it is. It is a lot of communities that we serve, and there's a lot of issues. However, we are using our partnerships to police the area in an effective and efficient way.
All right. So what are some of the challenges that you're experiencing in Chapelton at this time?
Okay, let me just quickly take the opportunity to thank my staff up in Chapelton for the awesome job that they have been doing. Also, I want to thank the citizens of Chapelton for the support and cooperation that they have been giving to us as we work in partnership to police the space of Chapelton. Now, some of the challenges we face in Chapelton has mainly to do with domestic violence, as also Chapelton is a farming area. Some areas in Chapelton, the persons there depend largely on farming. And with that, we would have had incidences of predel larceny. So those are the main issues that we face now.
Okay, and unfortunately, I heard today of an incident, but that would have taken place in the Frankfield area. But nevertheless, it's similar challenges see that's been experienced across the parish in terms of the domestic violence. We trust that we're able to nip that in the bud before it gets even further out of hand. How have your team been engaging with the different communities?
Okay, so I'll deal with the incidents of domestic violence first. In keeping with one of our strategic priorities, as a matter of fact, the Commissioner of Police has a 7-point crime plan. And one of those plans has to do with communication and community engagement. And as such, we engage our community in various ways. Being a farming community, we have groups that are neighborhood, that are farmers watch groups. We have business watches groups, and we, from time to time, meet with the citizens and we discuss the issues that they are faced with and plan a way forward as to how to deal with these issues. For the domestic violence situation, there is a policy in the JCF which treats as to how these incidents are dealt with. And as such, we do a lot of referrals in case there are situations that we cannot handle. We take the report, make the proper records, and we have a referral form which we would normally complete and send to our domestic violence center. Fortunately, we have a domestic violence center which operates out of the Hayes police station. So when we do these referrals, the person there do follow-ups on these domestic violence, and they are referred for counseling. And again, we use our partnership with our station pastors and other trained counselors to do these interventions and these counselings, and to see how best we can resolve these issues before they escalate into serious crimes.
All right, great. It indeed takes the community to solve the issues that we're having right across the country. Right, but kudos to you and your team as you continue to fight the good fight, as you seek to serve and protect, even as you put your lives at risk each day. We continue to cover you as you go out there. All right, but what has the general response been like from the community members?
Okay, so the community has been in constant dialogue with us. Sometimes when we are out there and we don't even recognize that they are seeing us, we would get the calls and they would say, "Good job, Inspector and team. We saw you on X day." And we really appreciate the effort that is being made to deal with the issues that are happening in our policing space there. So we do get a lot of response from various stakeholders, the business community, the schools, and the general citizenry. They do give us feedback and they tell us how much they appreciate what we have been doing.
All right, and we have one right here from Sophia Simpson. She's a strong supporter of Team Clarendon. She's super proud of the policemen and women in Clarendon. Great job, officers. All right, so you can pat yourself on the back, on the shoulder, as you continue to do what you're doing in good stride. All right, so to close out this feature, as always, we ask that you share some safety tips that you're, especially in light of the challenges you're experiencing in your communities now. So some safety and security tips for your community person.
Okay, thank you. So especially at this time of the year, we say to our citizens, don't move around with large sums of cash. And if you have to, ask for this assistance of the police when you're doing same. We say to our citizens as well, when you observe strange persons and strange vehicles in your area, call the police and inform us that we can check that out for you. Also, we are saying if you're at work, for example, and you're heading home, call somebody at home and inform them that you're on your way. And if for any reason you believe that you're being followed by another vehicle, do not head straight home. Go to the nearest police station and make a report there. You will be assisted. So those are some of the tips.
Great tips. Thank you so much, Inspector. As you continue to serve us, we continue to commend you and your team as you continue to go out there and do the best that you can, as we as citizens continue to support you so that you can carry out the work that you have assigned. All right, thank you so much. All right, and all the best in the competition.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Right, that top branch.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
All right, beautiful. All right. So before we take our Detective Woman Sergeant Willock-Gordon, let me just share with you, as it relates to the TOPS area competition, the award ceremony will be on Friday, November 25th at 10 a.m. and it will be broadcast live on the JCF YouTube channel. So if you have not yet subscribed, you want to subscribe to the JCF YouTube channel. It will also be live on all the PBC social media platforms. That's your YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So you want to look out for that so that we can cheer on Team Clarendon as the awards, the categories are top division, top station, top customer service division, and top prisoners in custody. That's the PIC station. And the top stations in each division will also receive recognition. So all the best to Team Clarendon. All right, let's bring on back Detective Woman Sergeant Willock-Gordon here with us. All right, so still on the TOPS competition, they also facilitate what they call a broader objective of the Police Civilian Oversight Authority. That's it, PCOA. If you have not heard that before, it means that you did not vote for Team Clarendon, and that's not good because there was actually a survey for us to participate to make our voices heard in terms of how our police in Clarendon are serving us. So if you missed that, you want to connect with the Police Civilian Oversight Authority so you don't miss the updates. So they seek to enhance the culture of policing in the community and by extension, its business community through professionalism and police partnerships built on openness, trust, and accountability. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that has been experiencing the change that has been taking place where that is concerned. We have been seeing the videos and the team has been out there. All right, let's go into commendation. Balvin McKenzie, SDC Parish Manager, and also one of our Longville Park community members, leaders. Need to commend the Community Safety and Security Branch of the Clarendon Police Division with DSP Owen Brown at the head. They're doing a great job in engaging the various communities across the parish. All right, there we go. And Cecilia is endorsing that. So true, Mr. Mack. Yes, they've been doing an awesome job. All right. Detective, I'm going to ask you to take this one. How do you treat domestic violence among officers who are in a relationship?
Good evening. Earlier, Inspector Colquhoun would have alluded to the fact that there is a domestic violence act and protocol, and the Domestic Violence Act of 1996, it really speaks to how we treat domestic violence. And domestic violence is any relationship, be it a mother, father, siblings, uncles. So we have not just blood relation, we also have intimate partners. A police officer falls into it. We are citizens and we have to abide by the law. So in an event that a spouse is having issue with an officer who is their spouse, the protocol is the same. You attend the police station, you make a report. Upon giving that report, you will be asked to do a statement. So you do a written statement and you sign to it. Having signed that, then the officer who is addressing the matter will inform of the domestic violence center. So a referral form is filled out from that very interaction. That reference form is submitted to the domestic violence center, who will call the individuals concerned. An interview will be done over the phone, and then sessions, counseling sessions are set up. For a police officer, it goes a little further than that. Because whenever issues comes up that involve our officers, we have a policy that is called the early intervention. So internally, it is dealt with. I know there are concerns that it won't, but I kid you not. The JCF is one organization that we don't hide what is happening. We arrest our own. So if there's a matter that needs to go further, it will be dealt with. What we don't want is for citizens to believe that because their partner is a police officer, that give them any right to hurt them. Domestic violence can be emotional, it can be physical, financial, psychological, and all of these are taken care of within that act. I hope I've answered your question.
All right, great response. I knew you would do a great job at responding to that one. All right. We're sharing earlier on the activities because November is a very busy month. We have Parents Month, it's Local Government and Community Month. What else do we have? We have Police Week of activities coming up. So share with us as it relates to the Police Week of activities, what's on the agenda for that week?
Righty. So Police Week of activities starts November 20th. And there are various activities. And we start off with church service. So each area, we have the National Commemorative and Memorial Service. We have the church services within the areas, meaning 1, 2, and 3. And all these services will be held on the 20th. We are in Area 3. As such, our church service will be at Mark's Anglican Church, and that's in Mandeville, Manchester. And persons can write that date down. You are all welcome. On the Monday, which is the 21st, the Jamaica Constabulary Open Day. And it's all station, all formations. So at this point, each division will come up with some activities. For Clarendon, we're looking at station lectures where we're focusing on our strengths and our weaknesses. In order for us to move forward, we have to know what we are doing well, and we also need to know where our shortfalls are. So if we can meet and agree and strategize our way forward. So for Clarendon, we're looking at some station lectures in order to improve the quality of service to our citizens. On Tuesday, the 22nd, the Commissioner's Connection, which is lunch with the children of fallen officers. And this happens each year. So the officers who have fallen the previous year or before, they are invited to a formal dinner with the Commissioner of Police. Only somebody who have experienced this know what this experience is. When we lose a member, we still have their family, and we're not letting them go. We're holding on to these families because they're a part of us. And the children, we want to help them as they go through the grieving process and that loss of not having that parents around. So this is one such event that helps these children to know that your parent didn't serve in vain. They didn't serve in vain. All right, so on Wednesday, the 23rd, at 2 p.m., we have stakeholders engagement. And the commissioner's office conference room where a major stakeholder event will be in. For Clarendon, we'll be looking at having a pop-up police on parade. And this will be done in Maypen Town Center vicinity the clock. Normally, we go into the space. We will show videos of domestic violence, what is expected from an individual. We will show clips of Marine and their activities, Marine Division, and what they do and what the citizens ought to know. So this initiative is to educate the members and the citizens of Clarendon. How do you approach and a situation when it happens. Just like the question that was asked a while ago, persons can walk up to the police officers and ask questions. More often than not, we invite our stakeholders to come and have a presentation so that it will be an educational program. On Thursday the 24th at 3 p.m., Jamaica Constabulary Force Long Service Award. And there are persons who have served this noble organization for 35 years, 40 years. It's always good to honor and to we give the roses while the person is here. So this is one such initiative. Within Clarendon, the Community Safety and Security Branch will be making a step to award our members. At the Community Safety Branch, we are the welfare arm of the JCF. And sometimes, when you're the giver, sometimes, you might even forget yourself. But we are taking the time out to say thanks to those of us who have been serving and giving in this regard. On Friday, the 25th, and it will be all island. So this activity will be all island, wherein there will be the JCF runabout, where meals will be cooked at the station level and citizens can come on over and enjoy. If you have not had food that was cooked at a police station runabout, you have not had real Jamaican food. Police officers not just can sing, they can cook. So come on over and let's just talk. This initiative is not just to cook and people eat. It's for us to get to know our local police. Get to know our local police. There are a lot of times when I hear persons will ask and come to the station and ask for a recommendation. Where do you live? They will say where they live. Any police officer where you live? No. What is it that you would want for us to do now? I need a recommendation. A police officer can only recommend somebody that they know. So we ask of our citizens, get to know the police officers in your space. And one way of knowing your police officer is being a part of the groups, the neighborhood watch, the police youth club. Get involved, get your children involved. When they are involved, then they won't be misguided. The police officer, the police youth club is a structured group. It helps with discipline, deportment, and a lot more.
A lot more indeed, because there are so many different groups. Welcome, Lady Sheena Grandison. Great to have you. Remember that if you missed the first part of the discussion, you can watch at the replay on YouTube at your convenience. For those who are joining us on Love TV, Google Community Safety and Security series and the entire playlist with all the discussions that we have had in this series so far. You'll be able to see that. So just in case you missed the first part, for those on Love TV, you can Google the playlist Community Safety and Security series, and the entire list of discussions will be there. And for those who are on YouTube, the link for the playlist is in the description for this video, so you can watch this one and those before. All right, great. We have a lot coming up, a lot indeed. All right, and are there any scheduled partnerships as it relates to Parents Month, local government and community development? Any scheduled partnership with the other groups?
All activities that will be from now onwards, we are a part of it. We not only have those coming up, we have the anti-gang week. And within that anti-gang week, we'll be having tours of schools. And that is one initiative that is coming out. So all the stakeholders coming on board. We're going into the schools and we'll be talking to them about cybercrime. We'll be having frank discussions. So all these activities that are coming up, we are on board. We are on board.
All right. If not a part of the primary discussion, I know you all will be there for security aspect of it as well. All right. So the police is so dear to us. All right. So remember now for the upcoming activities as it relates to the local government and community month activities, go on over to the Clarendon Municipal Corporation's Instagram page, that's Clarendon MC, to get the calendar of events, to see the different activities that will be taking place and learn how you can be a part of those activities. We also have coming up this month, Inspector Colquhoun would have mentioned the Business Watch. The Business Watch group meets each month. So on Wednesday, November 23rd will be the next meeting. So if you own, operate a business in Clarendon and you're not yet a part of the Business Watch group, please take note of this number, 876-343-6441. That's 876-343-6441. And that's Constable Enrico Francis. He's a coordinator for the Business Watch network there in Clarendon. We had a discussion in a previous episode on Business Watch as well as Jamaica Eye. So you want to go back to that so you can get some background information on that. And reach out to Constable Francis so he can give you further directions on how you can become a part of the Business Watch group. Very active group, and you want to be a part of that once you own and operate a business in Clarendon. All right. So we are 10 minutes to the hour, and we have Acting DSP Lorenzo Scott here with us. He went off for... Are you hearing us clearly now?
Hear you clearly, madam.
All right. Beautiful. You look a little distant, but we'll work with it. all right, a little better. All right, great. So I shared, or let me thank officially the Police Civilian Oversight Authority for sharing their press release with me so that we could have some additional information to share. So I was able to help you out, Acting DSP, in sharing some background on the competition. But what we want to hear from you is how did you and the team prepare for the assessment that was done as it relates to the competition?
As the first, one of the first.
Your connection is not coming through clearly at all. I'm hearing you, but we're not hearing what you're saying.
Okay. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has,
much better.
Yeah. JCF has some strategic priorities. One of such improved accountability. So with backbone.
No, this is not good at all. There's something going on with your connection. We're not hearing it clearly. All right, we're not hearing it clearly. See if we can fix that before we wrap for this episode. All right, let's take some of these comments. Very good presentation indeed. Yes, a lot on their plate. Doing an excellent job, right, in terms of reaching the youth. I saw some, I'm not sure why we didn't see those lovely pictures, but I saw some really awesome pictures with the community safety and security team as they engage with those from the infant school all the way up to the high school. Really, really a good look. All right. Great night, Wendy. All right. You want to hear your brother. Hopefully he'll be able to get something in before we wrap for this episode. All right. By way of community announcement, the Glenmuir High School family will be having a fundraising event. That's their Parent Teachers Association on Friday, November 25th at 7 p.m. Admission is $500, refreshment on sale. You want to go over to their social media page to get further details. Or if you're a part of the Glenmere family, be sure to find out from the PTA what is happening on November 25th as we go and support them. That's right. You can call. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Inspector Wallace, you can call the CSSB, that's the Community Safety and Security Branch, anytime. They're in Clarendon. You can go ahead and share the numbers, Inspector Wallace, so that the viewers can get that info. Yes, she is indeed. She and her team reaching the children. Right. Let's get that last part. She's a child herself. That's right. Children do that. They bring out the child in you if you connect with them. Wendy James, CSSB, always available, and they are on time. Beautiful. I know that the schools have been really commending the CSSB, and I know that they've been doing a lot of work with the business communities across the parish, as well as the Neighborhood Watch, and they're seeking support in getting some additional assistance to bring back the police youth clubs in the communities. So please, for those of us in the different communities that are able to offer some amount of support, please see how best you can help those young people in your communities to reignite. It's the year of reigniting Jamaica 60, the police youth groups in your communities. All right, I'm getting a little thing here to say Angela Willock is my mom. All right, welcome, mommy. It's great to have you. It's a space where we are family. All right, Acting DSP, let's hear you.
Okay, can you hear me better?
Yes, we're hearing you now. So you have 2 minutes.
All right, let me go. Let's go. All right, I was saying earlier that strategic priority among those accountability.
No, we're still not hearing you. We're still not hearing you. We're gonna have to have you back on. We are going to be continuing this discussion on the top area competition because the awards will be the 25th of this month. So on the next episode of the Community Safety and Security series, we're going to be having the representative from the Police Civilian and Oversight Authority sharing with us, and we hope that we will be celebrating one of our Clarendon stations as the top station, if not the top division in the area, when they come on to give us some further insight on the competition, how it ties in with the plan from the through the JCF, what it is that it's intended to do, and we can, as citizens, measure to see how well our police officers are actually doing. So you'll get another opportunity to share, Acting DSP Scott.
Next, I will say.
All right, great to have you. I know you had your hands full this evening, 2 live programs at the same time, right?
I hope next time.
All right, we understand the challenges. Thank you. All right, we have JCF Live as well that goes on radio on Thursdays between 8:15 and 9 p.m. So you can go on over to the page to get additional information on that. All right, Carrie Ann Wallace. Oh, she's saying hush to Wendy because she didn't get to hear her brother. Don't worry. We continue the discussion with the Clarendon Division. So you'll definitely get a chance to hear your relatives as they share on the program. All right. The stage was set for Gordon Willock to love children from early age. All right, it's a family affair. Let me thank you all so much for tuning in. All right, let's give Inspector final thoughts before we wrap.
Yes, once again, I would just like to say thanks to you for the opportunity to really sell my station up in Chapelton. And commendation once again to my team and the citizens who we partner with.
All right,
Thank
awesome.
you.
And it was my pleasure because, as I said, Chapelton is my birth town. I went to school there. I worked there for over 9 years, so I have a vested interest in Chapelton. So just continue to do the great work that you're doing up there.
Thank you so much.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. Lady Willock-Gordon,
Good
final
evening again,
thoughts.
everyone.
The
Just
last
want you all
30
to know,
seconds.
reinforcing the point that the police are here to serve you. We are
All
here
right,
to serve you.
all right, short and spicy. All right, it was great sharing space with you all once more. We do this every second Thursday as we continue to connect with our police there in Clarendon, as well as others outside of Clarendon, depending on the area of focus that we are looking at. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube, Love TV. As always, it's a pleasure to have you. And just remember to share the link so others can get a sense of what exactly is happening in the parish, the good things that are happening in Clarendon. All right, as we continue to be one big family, as we seek to make Clarendon a place of choice to live, work, do business, and raise our families. God bless you all. Thank you again and have a great night.